insecurity. We talk about it so much here on BT. And this morning we're going to head out to Mississauga because our Rick Campanelli, he is live at Food Banks Mississauga, where they are giving back to communities who need it the most. Such an important topic to get to this morning, Rick.
Yeah, Tim, good morning. Thank you so much. I am here at Food Banks Mississauga, joined by the COO of Food Banks Mississauga, Juanita Moore. Good morning, Juanita.
Good morning.
And all the volunteers and staff back there helping pack some boxes of food. I want to get right to 10 million meals are provided by Food Banks Mississauga. Take us behind the scenes. How do you make that happen?
Well, a big part of that was me being able to move to this facility in 2023. It's a much larger space, and it allows us to bring in these great donations from our local producers and farmers and be able to pack that down into cases that we can distribute to our 60 agencies across Mississauga that have food programs for our neighbors in need.
You were saying this is a huge warehouse. I don't know if you can look all the way down that, but it just keeps going and going and going. Food demand is at a record high.
It is. Yeah, we saw the pandemic happen and the need just escalated and doubled, and it just has kept rising since then.
How do you meet the demand?
Well, it really is through the generosity of the producers, farmers, individuals giving to food drives, and generous people donating money to help us do what we do every day. You've
got this cool initiative going on right now called the Ramadan Give 30. First of all, can you break that down for us? Tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, so Islamic Relief Canada is our primary sponsor for the campaign, and they have helped us, and with the donations of the National Zakat Foundation, we're able to actually double the impact of anything given over this month.
Great.
Yeah, and actually with the money that's given, not only does it get doubled by that generous partner, but with all of the donations we get, we can translate that into more than 4 times that value into food provided.
That is fantastic. How big is your space here?
It's over 40,000 square feet, and we were really lucky to have both a fridge and freezer already in the space, because that's pretty expensive assets to have. So yeah, it really contributes to just being able to do what we do every day.
How fast do you see when food comes in that it goes out the door?
Well, if you think about 10 million meals, that's 10 million pounds of food, and our warehouse holds about 1 million, so we're basically turning that over 10 times a year. So that's how much food 10 million pounds is, and it's quite a lot, and it's a lot of people behind the scenes and important volunteers to make that happen.
Before I check in with the volunteers, how can people watching right now get involved, and where can they go to find out more?
You can give of your time, you can give food in kind, and you can give your money. And if you go to foodbanksmississauga.ca, Give 30 campaign, you can donate over this month. So.
Juanita, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to check in with, we got Meg here, and we got Pat and Elliot and Mark and Kimberly and Daisy. A big round of applause for you. Some volunteers, some staff members. Pat, you're a retired teacher who's been doing this, helping out here for the past few years.
5 years.
Yeah, why do you do this?
Why am I doing it? When I retired, I needed to do something. People honestly told me, oh, just do something to keep busy. No, I'd like to do something that's helpful. So I found this place, and I've stuck in, and I'm going to be here as long as I possibly can, and I really enjoy it. The volunteers are great. The staff is great.
Thank you very much, Pat. We're wrapping up. We're going to be here at Food Banks Mississauga all morning long. More with BT after the break. Thank you very much. Good morning. What a spot that we are here at this morning. Food Banks Mississauga. All the workers are doing their thing. You can hear the tape rolling. I'm joined right now by CEO Megan Nichols. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for opening up your doors to us so early. And like I said, there are so many volunteers and staff members doing their thing because it's so in demand. Food, putting food on people's tables. Before we get to how much you do, let's talk about the area that we're in right now.
Yeah, so this is our food bank to home setup. So this is a home delivery program that we offer that serves mostly elderly folks or people with disabilities, people who can't get out of their house to go to a food bank. So we bring the food bank to them, food bank to home.
Looks like a grocery store.
Yeah,
right
exactly. So volunteers chat with folks on the phone about what their needs are, their special dietary needs, and then they'll come out here. Another set of volunteers picks a grocery order for them to give them exactly exactly what they need for their household. So if it's, they have diabetes or some other thing that requires them to eat special food, we try our best to find those food items for seniors. And so in addition to those over 60 food programs in the community, this is one that we operate to make sure that those most vulnerable people can get the food that they need. Because people of every age and stage are struggling these days, that's for sure.
Of course. 10 million meals are provided by Food Banks Mississauga on a yearly basis. How do you make that possible?
Well, it takes the whole community coming together to make sure that we can provide food for our hungry neighbors. So folks donate food, mostly corporations donate food, farms, big companies like that, and then we source financial donations because we're not government funded, and then we can purchase some food and it pays for the warehouse and the team and the trucks and the drivers and all of those things. And then our agencies, those food programs, place orders from us through our inventory system, and then we ship food out to them to give to neighbors right close to home in their neighborhood.
It's so complex, isn't it?
It is.
And it takes a village.
It really does. And we're like a central distribution center. People often come here, they're like, hey, this feels like Costco. And so we're like a Costco for 60-odd food programs here in Mississauga to make sure everyone gets what they need.
God bless. I love it. The one initiative going on right now is Ramadan Give 30. Tell us about that.
Well, traditionally food banks have really focused a lot of their effort on fundraising at Christmas time and Easter and those kind of holidays. But for 20% of our community who are Muslim, Ramadan is the most important month of the year, and there's a critical charitable component of it. And so we know folks want to take care of their neighbors. People like you and me, we care that people are struggling. And so we want to be a channel for our friends in the Muslim community who want to take care of their neighbors to help them give at the time of year that's relevant to them. So we're super excited to partner with the National Zakat Foundation and Islamic Relief Canada and Mayor Parrish and Imam Slimi to try and bring the community together to raise some funds this Ramadan.
Love what you're doing. And some of the donations are being double matched. Is that what I've read?
So right now, during Ramadan, every donation you give, usually $1 does one meal. But right now, $1 will do 2 meals, thanks to our friends at the National Zakat Foundation. So isn't that great?
That's fantastic. How could people get involved?
Well, you can visit www.foodbanksmississauga.ca. You can find out the information to give, to volunteer. If there's food items, there's our most needed food items there. It takes all of us to make sure everyone has food, so we'd love folks to get involved.
Love it, Megan. We're down to around a minute and a half. The demand for food has increased, 400%? Since COVID. How do you keep up with the demand?
Well, I spend a lot of nights thinking about it, that's for sure. I've been at the food bank almost 17 years now. We've never seen anything like this. 400% increase compared to before the pandemic. There's almost 50,000 of Mississauga's about 750,000 residents that rely on the food bank every single month just to make ends meet. And we just keep seeing that number go up as the cost of living increases and folks don't get any relief. And so we're advocating to the government for program change, for policy change that will mean people don't have to rely on a food bank. But until then, we will be here relying on our neighbors for all of us to come together to make sure we have this good food available for the people who need it.
You're a special person. You've been fundraising your whole career. In fundraising for your whole career. God bless you. And all the volunteers and staff back here. 30 seconds to go. What's the most popular item you get asked for?
Well, so the thing you may not think of is oil, cooking oil. And it's become very expensive since the war in Ukraine. And so you can't really cook anything without putting some oil in the pan. So pick up an extra bottle of cooking oil. But I always say to people, what does your family love to eat? What do you love to feed your kids that's healthy and they love? Buy a second one, because there's another family who would love to eat the same healthy thing that your family does.
Megan, thank you very much. And to the volunteers and the staff here at Food Banks Mississauga, we're going to send it back to the studio to Tim. Tim?
Great topic, Rick, because there's food banks right across our country that are saying the same thing. And donate whatever you can, even money, because that goes a long way, because they're able to buy so much more food. Rick, good stuff.